Those meddling kids sitting there chewing away on a park bench, right? Wrong. Take a look around the back here. Look at that. Okay, now come around over here. Look at that. All those marks are caused by squirrels. The same varmints that were chewing our electrical wires and everything else in our house, they've been doing a number on these benches here. I don't know what it is about plastic that these squirrels love, but they sure did a number on it.
Welcome back to 1834 Restoration House. Today we are at 96 National Historic Site. And we have had some yucky cold weather and rain, so today is more about a pleasure walk, getting back with nature and rejuvenating ourselves.
Yep.
We've been working on the house quite a bit, and this is a pleasure day.
It sure is. If you want to see the historic tour, we did a video on this several months ago, and you can go back through our video list and find that. It's a really interesting watch because there's a ton of history here at this site, and we're not going to talk about that today. Like Jeannie said, we're just going to go have fun.
Yes.
Now that road originally led to Charleston, or as they called it, Charlestown back in those days. But the reason we're here today is we're going to go explore that road because we want to know where it goes. This road was built before the Revolutionary War, and right over there was a settlement called the Old 96 Settlement, and this is how they would get to Charlestown. So without further ado, let's get going. What a beautiful place. Nice meadow over here, forest over here. Wow, a guy could really feel transported back in time. This totally feels like the 1700s, South Carolina. No cars, no trucks. Just peace and quiet, the birds. Well, let's keep going.
So back in the 1700s, they would have either had to walk this whole trail or take a horse, a carriage, a wagon. That would be a really long ways to go. I like having automobiles nowadays. But this is absolutely beautiful. It's not a bad way to travel when it's a nice day. Wow. You can see so much history through the trees. The bark on the trees, that one's damaged. But oh, it's beautiful. So traveling in those days would be really difficult. Had to deal with all the weather. The inclement weather, the raids. You get hijacked or jumped, and there's not much you could do about it. There's no shelter. That would be rough. I would definitely be a homebody. I'm gonna stay home and just enjoy my area. You can see why so many people didn't travel very far. Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Traveling in those days could be dangerous, especially for women and children. Okay, let's continue on. What a beautiful place. 96 National Historic Site. It's springtime now. The air is so fresh, so clean, so fragrant. One of the most compelling things about this road to Charlestown is it starts off in a tunnel of trees, and then it comes down here and it goes around a curve. What could be more intriguing than a curve? Let's go find out what's around the corner. Today we have gas stations and convenience stores where we can stop and get anything we want. Back in those days, they had Goody's trading post up here in the meadow, and that's where they would get goods that they need or sell things that they don't need. Pretty convenient.
We finally have some more green in the trail and beautiful flowers. I love flowers. Little crickets everywhere. Doesn't it look like a storybook? Oh, isn't it beautiful?
What a lovely bit of forest. We have wild dogwood trees all over, southern pines, and a few other species which I can't identify. You know what? If I had to go to Charlestown, I think this is a road I would really enjoy walking on.
As I'm walking, I can imagine the different seasons that they would have to go through. The snow, the cold, wet rain, and the beautiful days like this. It's very nice. There'd be a creek running in there. There's not right now, but I think there would be back in those days.
In those days, you had to kind of keep an eye out because you never knew who might be hiding out in the woods. There could have been Indians, there could have been hostile settlers, and don't forget there was a Revolutionary War going on. There could have been soldiers out there too. You just never know. So you had to keep a sharp eye out. If I were actually walking this road back in the 1700s, I wouldn't be walking like I am today. I would have several days' provisions on me. I'd have water, food, a musket, black powder, and whatever tools might be necessary. The road is crested over the hill, and now it's starting to look a little more rustic, like the path less traveled. But there's beautiful meadows down here. Just beautiful. Green grass, trees.
On our journey, we get to see a lot of this beautiful, pristine South Carolina forest. Isn't it gorgeous? I love nature. It's just so beautiful when it behaves. Wow. This section hasn't been traveled very much. Almost looks like the trail ends. There's grass growing up everywhere. It looks like the trail dead ends right here, but it doesn't. It splits off that way and that way. Huh. Oh, there's water over here. There's a river. Hey, they've got water. Check this out. In those days, it was not uncommon for a road to come along near a river or cross over a river with no bridges. You just walk through the water or you ride through the water. Today, it's used as a horse trail, so you can ride your horse right on through.
Even though there's a modern day horse crossing at the river right there, our trail goes this way and follows the river. Sometimes it's good to get out of the car and go explore. Look at this beautiful scene right here. You got this lazy, meandering river right here. Pristine forest. And back behind me is this incredible meadow, just growing right there in the trees. Let's go check it out. There comes a point on every trail where the people that have young children decide it's time to turn around, and I think we've hit that point, judging by this trail. Remember, it started out as a full-size road, and you definitely wouldn't be driving through this unless you have four-wheel drive. But let's go around the corner and just have a nice look at this meadow as we go.
Time for a break. It is such a beautiful day today.
It's so peaceful. We haven't seen a soul. I wonder where that trail goes to.
I don't know. No horses on that trail.
Yeah, it crosses over and heads off that way into a meadow. We've passed a couple of other trails.
We did. We ought to get a map and find out.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to come back. These are so refreshing. They're juicy.
Yes.
We forgot to bring a water bottle.
Well, we didn't forget to. I packed a really big water bottle, and we can't pack that with us down the trail and have the camera gear. But at least we have an apple, it's lighter.
Yep, nice and juicy.
You remember when our son was young, he asked if it was okay to eat all of the apple. And I said, yeah, it's not bad for you. And he did. He ate the entire thing.
He did. The seeds, the stem, all the inside part that's hard and we don't usually like to eat. No, he ate the whole thing.
The whole thing.
All of it, 100%.
Yep.
Crazy kid. Ahoy, mateys! We're out here in a ship in Charleston Harbor. Actually, no, we're not. This is a lake, and we're sitting up on a fishing pier, but way back over there, over my shoulder on the opposite shore, there's a shelter. That's where the trail is supposed to come out, and that's where we thought we were going to come out, but we ended up getting lost deep in the interior of the park.
And the camera gear was getting heavy.
Yeah, so we just hiked back out and then drove around to this side.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was still fun anyway.
It was. So 96 National Historic Site is a fantastic place with lots of trails. And they have a star fort here too, which is pretty fascinating to learn about that and why they did it that way. But we highly recommend, if you're in the area, you should come visit this place.
Absolutely.
It's fun. It is fun.
Yep.
Thank you for watching 1834 Restoration House.